Hey y'all, a lot of you have asked about different eyeshadow looks, so I thought that I should go ahead and do kind of my bronzy smoky eye that I do often if I want to like kick it up a notch. So this has been my absolute favorite palette. This is by Jaclyn Hill and Morphe, and they actually sell it at Ulta now. So I'll link everything in the description box below, but it's such a great palette, and I have been so happy with it, and it's a great price point. So I'm gonna start off, and I use this kind of middle brown shade. It's funny, it kind of looks like a pukey brown color, but once you put it on your eyes, it's just a great transitions shade and helps to not, I don't know, have like that harsh line in between it going from dark to light. So I'm taking this big fluffy brush and just doing windshield wiper motions back and forth in kind of my crease. Obviously I already have my foundation on and my brows, face, don't have my lips on yet. So once I'm done with that shade, I typically will go in using a different brush that's a little bit more compact, and I'm going to use this color right down here, kind of that brown shade, and I just pack it on starting at the bottom. You can do smoky eyes a bunch of different ways. You could do them where they're darker, more so on the outer portion. You can do them where the lid is lighter and then you have a smoky liner like eyeliner, but I really like to do it this way where it's almost as if it's darker on the bottom and then it transitions upward. So I just pat that shadow in, and then I go back in with my first brush and I smooth out those edges. So I don't pick up any new product with that first brush. And you can see it like instantly starts making your eyes look more dramatic and a bit more, I don't know, formal, evening. I wear this kind of look during the day too, so to me it's not just evening, but if you want to bump it up a notch, it's definitely not a mom athleisure clothes. This does not go with that. This goes with, you know, cute little sweater and skinny jeans and booties and that kind of vibe. So I just pat in that darker shade, and as I get up closer to my crease, I sort of get lighter handed with it, and then to not have those harsh edges, I go back in with that fluffy brush with no product on it because it just blends it on out. Okay, now I am kind of going back in with that first shade that I picked up to blend out my edges. Depending on what you like, you can either leave it matte and not do any shimmer, but I like shimmer. I think that if you're kind of the, I mean, gosh, you could even be younger than me, but as young as, you know, your mid-20s to maybe, let's say, early 40s, shimmer is good. Sometimes after that, your eyelids start to become a little bit thinner in their skin, and shimmer can highlight wrinkles. So that's something to keep note of. If you are a bit more mature, then sometimes sticking with those matte shadows is a good idea. But since we're still in our 20s, we're just gonna do it. So I'm taking now, I use my finger and I'm gonna take this shade right here. And clearly that shade is well loved. And I'm just kind of popping it definitely on the bottom, like on my lid. And then more so in the center. I'm like in the center and then kind of letting it, you know, blend out on either side. So on the lid, in the center. On the lid, in the center. Gosh, her shadows are just so pretty. Okay, sometimes, which I'll do this now, I like to take this gold shimmer and I use a different finger and I just do that ever so slightly in the middle. See that? Ever so slightly in the middle. Just gives it a pretty little definition. Now I'm going to take a smaller, like, definer brush. Looks like this. And I'm gonna go in with that brown shade that we used, and I'm going to put it on the bottom lid. I think I just said bottom lid and I meant, like, you don't really have a bottom lid, just under the eye. Okay, same thing over here. And I know it looks harsh at first. That's okay, because we go back in and we blend, 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 blend. So I do this, and then I take a little bit of that same shade and I just follow along on the lash line on the top of the eye, just to sort of blend both of those together. Then I'm going to take that fluffy brush with nothing on it and just blend back and forth. It's almost pointed at the end, and so that's sort of the part that I use to blend out my lower lash line. I'm not very fancy with my camera skills, so I just use the viewfinder of my phone, which is why my eyes are like looking off. So I'm just making sure we're getting blended. And then, using our same palette, I'm going to take this second light shade, and I'm using my finger. Let me use a finger that I haven't used. I'm going to pop that highlight in the middle. Sometimes I like that little highlight on my nose too. When it's time for highlight, I just kind of whoop, splash it all around. I don't always do like a brow bone highlight. I don't know why. It's just not always a part of my makeup routine, but what I do often do is this. I love to take a concealer. This is the Makeup Forever concealer palette, and then I'm using this Real Techniques brush. And what I like to do is just taking a tiny, tiny brush. I like to use, I'm using the lightest shade of concealer on this, and I go underneath my brow, and I kind of carve out just like a little line, and then I blend it out with the brush. Like I start with a harsher line, and then I just sort of blend together. And I don't know, I just like that look a little bit more. It's almost like it's a matte highlight, sort of. And it defines that like inner portion of your brow, which I love. Like, I'd rather do that than highlight any day. Okay, I'm gonna do my mascara, and then I'll come back on to do lips. Okay, mascara is done, so I'm coming back on to do lips, and I'm using MAC liner. In Strip Down. And then I'm going to use NARS lipstick in Barbara. Gosh, just one of the prettiest like brown nudes. So that's the final look. That is that like easy bronzy smoky eye and sort of a brown neutral lip. So I hope that y'all like this. I hope that it's easy and simple. I love to do makeup looks that are quick and you can just get done quickly and then just feel better about your day and your confidence level. And I don't know, you do better, I think, sometimes whenever you feel better. So hope y'all enjoyed this. Thank y'all so much for watching. Bye.